everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy and Linda. Here are 4 short court clips and a Judge Mogen moment that you probably didn't catch. But what is the craziest case of all? The crazy cat lady suing for $60,000. Linda, she came from a trailer park. We hope you like it. Court with Krissy and Linda is now in session.
Because you know what? I think it should be open to the public, and sometimes our public, which is a higher generation of older individuals, cannot come and watch. And I love that my county can watch and see what we do. I absolutely love that.
In front of this chair, we got the magistrates right there, and she's gonna talk to you, okay?
Good morning, Ms. Klein. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi there. So we're live on the record in case 25-4628FY. You're zooming in with us from the Antrim County Jail this morning for purposes of arraignment. What I'd like to do is open a private breakout room. It would be a private place where you'd be able to speak with defense attorney Ms. Mistely. She would be able to speak with you about the allegations in the complaint and your rights.
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Okay, very good. Sergeant, we may need some assistance with the Zoom instruction there to join breakout room, and then I'll speak with you when you come back. Welcome back.
Ms. Klein. There you go.
Thank you, Ms. Klein. We're back on the record in case 25-4628FY. Ms. Mistely, were you able to speak with Ms. Klein about this case?
I was, and we will waive a formal reading of the felony complaint. I reviewed with her each of the charges, the maximum possible penalties. We'll be tendering to the court pleas of not guilty and requesting the assignment of an attorney.
Thank you, Ms. Mistely. Ms. Klein, I would have to ask you a series of questions.
I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Thank you for that. And just as
anything
Ms.
he does, he will contradict me.
So, Ms. Klein, this only has to do with questions about whether or not you have the ability to hire your own attorney. I can represent to the court.
I said no. I told you no.
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining to the magistrate, ma'am. She does not have the wherewithal nor the desire to hire retained counsel. She's of limited means. She has a promissory note that she's responsible for on her mobile home.
I do not. My mobile home is paid for.
But ma'am, you just told me that you had a note on the property. So is it just on the property itself?
Tim owns the property. I was in the mobile home park. I had a washer and dryer. I had running water. Tim never bought the property. He wanted me to pay $10,000 that I got on it, and I did not do it. He does not own the property, and neither do I.
Okay. Do you have...
The well was owed when he moved down there. God made sure that while my daughter lived there, that we had water.
Thank you for that. Do you have any source of income? Do you receive any payments of any kind?
You're not getting it. Not one penny.
Okay.
Ms. Klein,
I needed to live on.
They're not trying to take your money. She's just trying to make sure that you qualify for assigned counsel.
I'm not seeing a psychiatrist. They're all going to burn in hell. Hades. Anybody that works for them that isn't working undercover is going to go there too. Hell will be packed.
All right, so, and Ms. Mistley, did you reviewed her rights with her?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So, I am going to appoint counsel based on the information that we've gleaned here. And, the next step in the process is going to be,
You put your
A probable
picture on
cause.
Twitter, Tim. Go look for Joanne. She's gonna be dead.
I don't know that.
His ex-wife, he couldn't wait for
Ms.
me.
Klein, please stop talking. Exercise your right to remain silent, okay?
That would hit the 21 days if I do the 19th and the 5th.
Yeah, I think so.
The 21. Yes. Okay, so we're going to schedule PCC for February 19th, prelim for March 5th. And as to bond,
Well, so as I've previously stated, it appears that Ms. Klein certainly does not have the financial wherewithal to not only to not hire an attorney, but to post toward a bond. As stated in the probable cause for arrest form, it appears that she does have medications that are prescribed, but she had not been taking them. There are certainly some issues going on.
Rat poison,
Yeah.
opium, cocaine. You asked me questions. I said I plead the Fifth Amendment that I wouldn't talk, but you asked questions anyhow.
Well, I wasn't
What do you
actually,
expect when you ask a question?
okay. I'm concerned about any help that
No, you're not. You're not worried about my.
that may
Ms.
be
Klein?
You're
available.
not worried about my
Ms. Klein?
physical well-being. You're not worried about my mental health.
Ms. Klein, I need you
Jesus
to
Christ
please
said
be
he would
quiet
talk to his people.
or I will mute you. I need you to please be quiet. It's not your turn to talk, okay?
I'm concerned about her mental health deteriorating in the jail setting.
My mental health is sound.
All right, I've muted Ms. Klein.
Where certainly we see that incarceration, especially in local facilities who don't have the resources to offer any help, that has me a bit concerned. I don't know if anyone has filed any petition or not with probate court, but I'm concerned about her mental health deteriorating while in jail. She does have her home that she can return to. I think the court could fashion bond conditions, such as requiring assistance with the mental health issue and taking prescribed medications. That's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mistley. Mr. Cooper, are you aware of any pending matters in probate?
Your Honor, it's my understanding CMH is at the jail right now to try to help Ms. Klein and work with her, do an evaluation with the goal of taking her somewhere to get treatment. So I think that petition is coming soon. I would ask for her to stay in the jail until CMH can take her to a more stable place for her and herself.
Okay. Thank you for that. All right, so I'm going to set this at $15,000 10% bond with some terms and conditions. So Ms. Klein, I need you to stop talking so you can hear what I'm saying. You're not to have any contact directly or indirectly with the named victim. You're not to return to his home on Rushton Road. You're not to use or possess any weapons of any kind for any reason. That would be anything that is a weapon known to be a weapon or any household item that could be used as a weapon. You must be respectful of court staff, care providers, law enforcement, corrections staff, follow all advice and instruction of community mental health and care providers. If you do post your bond, you're going to have to be fitted with a GPS tether with a verifiable residence and remain on home arrest with the ability to go to scheduled medical or mental health appointments or court appointments. And I do have you muted, so Sergeant, if she has any questions pertaining to the case, if you'd want to unmute. Otherwise, I can send this paperwork over.
I don't think
Thank
she's
you.
going to have any questions. We're going to have her talk with CMH now.
Okay, very good. I'll send this paperwork over.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Mistally.
Thank you, folks. Good luck, Ms. Klein. And I think I'm all through with you, Magistrate.
I believe so.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you, you as well. And I did see Mr. Fragel here previously. Let's see. He had to switch over to Magistrate Rogers' courtroom and he'll be back shortly for the Goss matter. So we'll just kind of be on hold for a moment.
Okay, very good.
Looks like we have Ms. Green back trying again. Ms. Green, you're still on mute as far as what I'm seeing on court, Ms. Green.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
There you go. Thank you very much. Let me call that case. Hang on just a second. All right, this is the matter of Galen Green versus Brittany Barkley. Ms. Barkley, are you still present with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Green has filed a complaint and Ms. Barkley has responded with a counter complaint. Ms. Barkley, I note that your counter complaint has a request for a very large amount of money. Could you tell me what that amount is again?
Yes. One second, Your Honor.
Yep.
$62,803.40.
Do you believe that you are entitled to all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I understand it correctly, you're asking for $1,000 for lost deposits, $48,000 in damage to your reputation, $1,800 due to medical issues for one of the cats, $640 in lost work wages, and kittens back from other breeders in the amount of $10,000 plus reimbursement for a trip in the amount of $1,363.40. Is that accurate?
Yes.
All right. The reason that I ask about that is because the district court, which is the court you're in front of right now, has a limit on the amount of dollars that can be obtained from it. If the controversy exceeds $25,000, then I am required to remand or move the case up to the circuit court, which has jurisdiction over much larger cases. There's no dollar value limit in circuit court like there is in district court. So the question I have for you, Ms. Barkley, is if you wish to remain in district court, I can give a dollar amount no higher than $25,000. If you wish to have a claim higher than that, you'd have to ask that the case be sent up to the circuit court. Which would you prefer to do?
Your Honor, I think it was filed wrong to begin with because she is suing me for 30,000.
All right,
So
Ms.
could
Green,
you
is
move
that?
up?
All right, Ms. Green, do you have any objection to the case being moved up to circuit court for the higher dollar values to be used?
Absolutely.
You do object?
She has no grounds to sue me at all.
Well, I can't determine that today. That's for a future motion. But if both of you are asking for a combined more than $25,000, I don't have the ability to even begin to hear the case.
Your Honor, I am not suing for $30,000. I am wanting my cats back.
Well, you have alleged some dollar amounts in your complaint, though, have you not?
I have stated the fact. I have some paperwork if I can read it, but I don't know if you have time for me to read it. It's just a couple pages.
I don't have, the only issue before me right now is whether or not I can hear this case at all.
I see.
So if this case has a claim for more than $25,000, and that's what Ms. Barkley is indicating that she's doing, then I can't hear your case at all. I don't have what the courts call jurisdiction. That is, I don't have the power to hear the case. So what I'm going to do then.
So I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ms. Green.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I came into this courtroom with specifically a claim and delivery case. Claim and delivery, asking for the cats back only, no cash.
Well, she has responded, like she's entitled to, by saying that out of that same action, that same amount of those same cats, she is owed in excess of $25,000. And because of that, I don't have the ability to hear this case. I can't even listen to one side or the other. So I'm not making a decision for her and against you or vice versa. I'm simply saying I don't have the right to listen to your case because it's above my pay grade. Okay, so it has to go to the court above me, which is the circuit court, because they hear the cases that are dollar value more than $25,000. And I get it that only one side is asking for that, but there's a specific court rule that says it's MCR 4.002, which says that if there's a counterclaim or a cross claim, and that's what she's made in this case, is a counterclaim. Ms. Green has asked for claim and delivery of the cats. Ms. Barkley has said, well, my counterclaim is you owe me money. If it says if there's a counterclaim over the relief amount beyond the jurisdictional power of the district court, then the case is going to be transferred to the circuit court. So that's what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to enter an order transferring the case up to the circuit court. Both of you will get notice of that, and then you'll be in the circuit court in front of either Judge Mertz or Judge Hunter. I don't know which, because it won't get assigned until it reaches the court clerk's office. Do either of you have any questions about what's happening today?
Yes. Would this be in Zoom or will this actually be in court?
That I don't know. I would imagine Zoom would be allowed, but you may have to contact the county clerk's office once you get notice from them of when the hearings are. They may just send it out as a Zoom notice, much like we did today. But I simply don't know that for sure. I'm guessing it will be Zoom, but I don't know for sure. All right, that's all we can do for you today. We'll send out that order to you, and then we'll make sure that the county clerk gets the file so that they can send out the notices to you for that hearing, and then you can have your day in court in front of the circuit judges. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next matter is Kayla Morrow, 24-43310-ST.
Aaron Fortier again, Fred people.
Claire Grant on behalf of Ms. Morrow.
I do see Ms. Morrow here as well. Looks like this was adjourned to today's date with a note that would likely be resolved today. So where are we at on that?
Your Honor, there is no offer. This is an open intoxicant vehicle. We are just going to enter a plea to the charge.
All right. Ms. Merrill, you've heard your attorney. Is that what you want to do today?
Yes.
All right. There are certain things that rights that you have that I want to explain to you and make you understand that if you plead today, you would lose some of these rights and you wouldn't have them anymore. So the rights that you have right now that will be waived or given up include the right to a trial by a judge or by a jury, the right to see, hear, and question all the witnesses at trial, the right to be a witness yourself or to remain silent. And if you chose to remain silent, that silence could not be used against you because you have an absolute right against self-incrimination. You'd also have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and to have that burden of proof beyond the prosecution at all times. You'd also have the right to have an attorney represent you at trial, similar to what Mr. Brown is doing today. Other than the right to an attorney, though, you'd give up all of those rights if you enter a plea because you would not be having a trial. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
All right. Can I have you raise your right hand so I can take some testimony from you? Do you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything to get you to enter this plea today?
No.
Has anybody threatened you in any way to get you to plead?
No.
Are you doing so of your own free choice and free will?
Yes.
The ticket that I have says that on or about December 1st of 2024, on I-75 near West Sturgeon Valley Road, that you were a passenger in a vehicle and you possessed open intoxicants. Is that true?
Yes.
What vehicle were you in?
I was in my friend's rental car.
Okay. And what kind of an intoxicant did you possess in that vehicle?
I had a pint or half pint of Captain Mogen.
Right. And you knew that was an alcoholic beverage and that it was open within the vehicle?
Yeah.
All right. As to a factual basis, Mr. Fortier, are you satisfied?
I am, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown?
I am, Your Honor.
Any questions on the plea taking?
No, Judge.
All right. I will find that there's been a proper factual basis for the plea and that it was given knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and I will accept that plea. Let me catch up with my paperwork here for just a second. I assume, Mr. Brown, you want to proceed to sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Allocution, Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, she is 23 years old. Ms. Merrill is. She was not drinking and driving. She wasn't drinking at all. It is something basically she quite honestly didn't know that she couldn't have alcohol in a vehicle once it had been opened if you're not drinking it or driving. So she certainly knows it now. There's a recommendation for fines and costs. I would ask the court to adopt that.
Mr. Fortier?
Your Honor, I would just ask the court to impose the standard fines and costs.
All right, Ms. Merrill, you have a right to what's called allocute, or tell me what it is that you think you want me to know about you and or about the circumstances of your case. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but you're certainly entitled to, so please go ahead if you wish.
Okay. Well, I am not 23. I'm about to be 32. But I did not know that if you weren't drinking alcohol, that you couldn't have it in the car if you were of age. And I'm a single mom. That's pretty much all.
All right. Do you work?
I don't.
How do you support yourself?
Well, I babysit I watch my sister's kids and my kids, and I live at home with my parents.
Okay. Have you had an alcohol? Have you ever had an alcohol or substance abuse assessment before?
I'm not sure what that is.
Have you ever had someone review whether or not you have an issue with alcohol or controlled substances, drugs?
I think when I was younger, yes.
Have you ever had any treatment or for that?
I went to like an AA type camp when I was like 22.
You just seem to me to be slightly out of it today.
Yeah, I'm really tired because the kids didn't have school, so I've been up with them.
What time did you get up?
At like 4.
I have my suspicions, ma'am, of your mental state at the moment, but I'm not going to go there today. But what I'm telling you is substances make life very difficult for some people. And I would hope that you would take advantage of any opportunity to have someone take a look at that for you, because this is the wrong road to go down, not only for you, but for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am going to impose a $75 crime victim fee, a $50 judgment assessment fee, a fine of court costs of $150, a local assessment of $15, and a fine of $75. I'm not going to impose any probation. Just going to be fines and costs. How long is it going to take you to pay that off, ma'am?
How much is that altogether?
It's $365.
I can pay that today.
All right. I'll give you 7 days to pay. If you do that, then you won't have to be placed on probation. And this will be the end of the case for you today.
Okay.
Any questions? Any questions that you have, ma'am?
No, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Brown?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Fortier?
No, Your Honor.
All right. That'll be all for today then. Thank you.
But actually, I'm sorry. Do I just sign in online and pay the fine?
You're going to need to call the court's office, and I can give you that phone number right now if you'd like.
Yes, give me 1 second to get it down.
Are you ready?
I gotta get a pen, sorry. Yes, ready.
731-0201.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Yep, you got it. What's your name, sir?
David Blue.
Okay, and give me a minute to figure out why we've got you here.
Well, I missed another date.
What was the final conference date?
12/11. I think I've got the notice printed there for you too, if you want to.
How was it that you got arrested on this, or did?
Oh, right now for this?
Yeah.
I was just dropping a friend off, and some officers had pulled up behind me and came up to the car and asked me why I was standing there, or while I was sitting there. And I told them I was just waiting on my friend that I was giving a ride to. They got my ID from me. And yeah, it was just a.
All right.
I did not know. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, this case has been hanging out there since the final conference, at least on 12/11. Did you call your attorney or the court to try to figure out what was going on?
Tell no one. I'd missed one of my court dates before, and I'd gotten picked up for a failure to appear. The magistrate and you had released me, and I made my next court date. And at the end of it, she had just told me there'd be some investigation or whatever. She didn't know that I'd have to come to the final or another hearing before the trial, but the trial would probably go out until February, January, February. I just hadn't heard anything, gotten anything in the mail. And since then I've moved again, I still check my old mailbox.
Okay, give me a minute because you've missed more than one hearing.
On this?
What's your current address, by the way?
In Cadillac, it's right up by the courthouse.
How long have you been there?
This one, now like 3 weeks. I was out there on LaChance, Your Honor, but I was working for a ministry in Cadillac. When we rolled into the fall season, I was low on the totem pole, so I got laid off. I went back over to Holton Lake for work, and I was driving back and forth every week. I imagine it was during that one of those weeks where the mail, I just missed it in the box, or somebody gotten it set it aside. I was living with a girlfriend, but I'm not.
How long has it been since you lived in Fife Lake?
In Fife Lake, geez, 2 years.
Okay, that's about how long this case has been kicking around.
Yeah, I'm staying right up here in Cadillac, trying to stay within the radius so I can get this finished and done over. Your Honor, I didn't do this. This is the only case in my whole life I'm never going to take to trial. If the prosecutor, I don't even believe he's looked at the full discovery, because if he has and has looked at everything, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's for the court to decide. I get that. I'm not trying to delay things any longer than necessary. I do have a vehicle, a working vehicle now. I just started another job. Huh?
You said this is your only criminal case you've ever had?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No. No, of course not. What I believe it's been quite a number of years.
Okay, I must have heard that wrong.
Oh, I believe I understand. I said this is the only case I will ever take all the way to trial.
Oh, okay.
I've had some others that when I have pled no contest to, I've had some that I pled guilty to.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I've got, the complaint in this case was authorized back September 20th of 2023. You failed to appear for arraignments on October 25th, 23, November 7th, 23, again on December 13th, 24, and most recently, no, that is the most recent. So fool me once, shame on.
I understand.
Shame on you, and fool me 3 times. Shame on me. So you're not going anywhere until this case is resolved, is what I'm saying. So you can't just blow the case off and not show
That's fine,
up.
but before you have a bad opinion of me, Your Honor, that all those other ones, all those ones I missed until I was in the court for a time, I never got any kind of notification of them at all. I went through a 6-month rehab up in Petoskey. I was just unreachable and out of the area. I had no idea there were any other.
So what did you think the case just went away though? I mean, you knew it was out here. You could have contacted
honestly,
the court.
The system is so much different right now than it was when they released me. They said you will be contacted. You will be contacted at my address. I'd never gotten contacted.
Okay,
but,
so this is what we're going to do. We're going to set this for a hearing on February 11th at 1:45. That's a final conference. Your attorney, in case you don't recall, is Kelly Claxton, and she'll be contacting you about this. She might make an argument for bond, but I can tell you I'm going to be I'll listen to her, but I'm going to be very reluctant to grant any
then
bond.
Can we just go to trial immediately?
Nope.
Could I ask you, Your Honor, with the discovery?
No,
it's obvious this other man
you are in a
assaulted
poor
me.
Position to ask me to modify our procedures when you're not following the rules at all. So
You don't
Yeah,
understand.
we're gonna set this.
I'm
for
just,
final
we'll just go with a
conference.
jury trial and you'll find out your prosecutor hasn't done his job and he's been wasting all of our time.
Okay, well, maybe we will. So anyhow,
I'm
you're
sorry.
remanded
I'm not
until the final conference without bond, and we'll see you back on February 11th. Okay, that's just, is that next week?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it's next week.
So here's another
All
one.
right.
How about if you just let me, I'll leave to North Carolina and I'll never come back again. It's a misdemeanor.
Okay, well, you can talk to the prosecutor about that. So we're all set for this morning.